after match 8 of 18. This is First Team. Welcome to First Team. Wayne Cunningham here with Ace sports journalist and commentator Jovan Ravello, and backed by popular demand, the professional's professional, national senior men's head coach, Angus Eve. Angus, fresh off the plane from the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw in LA. Tell us your feelings after that event.
Well, looking at the draw, we felt really confident because we went through this process in 2021 in the last Gold Cup, and we prepared for it from that standpoint because we've done it already. Albeit that we're playing different teams this time, it's the same venue, it's the same place that we will be playing. So we feel very confident going into those tournaments, going into that phase, and then hopefully qualifying for the group stage where we think we got a very favorable group.
Speaking about qualification, though, in the Premier League, there is a kind of qualification deadline. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, on the 22nd match day, on the 18th match day, sorry, it's not the 22nd, the 18th match day, they have to put forward the 2 winning teams to CONCACAF so that the Trinidad teams can participate. We haven't participated in the CONCACAF Club Championship for a while.
Too long.
So now we have this opportunity. By the 18th match round, they will pick the 2 winners because CONCACAF wants the names on the 28th of May.
Does that drive up the stakes for the teams involved?
Of course it does, because there's a shorter amount of games for it to get qualified.
It makes it tighter.
It makes it tighter, it makes it more busy. As you see, how the league standing is very tight, and we have about at least 5 teams in a realistic chance of gaining the promotion to the CONCACAF Cup.
Speaking about tight, it's getting very tight at the top of the TNT Premier League. Match week 8. We begin with AC Port of Spain versus Sawa Jablete. First match in focus. ACPOS, of course, on top of the league. A little healthy lead. Playing in their now traditional purple. Ball will come across to John Paul Rushford. Just waits on it. Doesn't wait with that strike.
Yeah, and he's in a great vein of form. He scored a screamer in the last match, and now here he is again. Good strength from him and a good shot. It seems like it got a deflection and deviated over the goalkeeper head. All in all, good finish.
He held off the defender well.
Yeah, good finish. But let's speak about another good finish. This is Dwight Jordan. 1-1.
Yeah, Dwight Jordan, nice young player. As I said before, the youngest team in the league, and this is a very good finish against a very good Port of Spain team. So he should be proud of that finish, Dwight.
Yeah, really well built as well. Would be more from ACPOS, more from Rushford. Low center of gravity, just going for that far corner.
Yeah, he keep from the same side. He take the first touch in. I mean, Jablete is seemingly playing a little bit too narrow and giving the AC Port of Spain wingers too much room.
It's Che Benny, man who can find room himself.
Che Benny, a very, very extremely technical player. There's Punan John winning the tackle. He's been playing very well. Good pass outside the boot, it looked like.
Excellent.
Straight on his man foot, and there goes Jamin Neptune again.
Full class.
That is 4 in 2 for Jamil Neptune.
That's why they call him shooter.
Where the air is rare.
I think he's really relishing this new role where he's playing a little bit higher up the palm guys.
Yeah, winning a penalty here. Going to be taken by Rushford, 73rd minute.
I mean, Rushford is excellent on dead balls, excellent on corners, free kicks, and penalties, as you see. Very, very technical player, good first touch.
Good first touch indeed. It was from Bacchanal from the young Jablete team. Great save there. Back with ACPOS. One for them. This is Jamal Francois, 83rd minute.
Yeah, Jamal Francois, he went with us to Jamaica. He had some good opportunities. He didn't score, but Jamal is a young player, but a very experienced player because he's been abroad. He played for a number of teams in the league, and it's good to see him getting on the score sheet for his confidence.
So 4-1 for AC Port of Spain. Do you think that there's any team really in the league that can stop AC?
Most definitely. I think that we still have a couple of matches to go because we're only in the 8th round.
Yeah.
I think definitely Rangers would be one of those teams. Club Sando probably might be one of those teams that could to do the job and a resurgent defense force.
I believe they'll have some hiccups coming down as the league progresses because the teams at the bottom of it, at the mid-table, right, could still cause upset. We see in defense force, double connection, police, mid-table, right? On the day, they could cause some trouble.
Most definitely, and as I said before last week, Coach Hood is one of the better coaches in the league. He normally has his team very organized. They started off very slow, no points in 3, and now they're up to 7th place, so they're definitely on the up.
But what about Jablonais? They are 4-1 in this match, but a good goal from them showing some potential from the side.
Yeah, well, as I said, Jablonais is in a rebuilding stage. Marvin Gordon, a very experienced coach, used to coach defense force. He's now coaching them over there. He has Nigel Henry helping him, very experienced campaigner. But it's a young team, and young teams normally go up and down because they had a good result against Civic, and now they come back and have one of these type of results. So it's going to be a little bit up and down, but there's definitely one team to look for in the future.
Right, and from that game, we will go to the second match in this weekend's match week 8. Looking for Defense Force versus Canoopia FC, part of that unmovable top 5 in the league. Match was played at the St. James Barracks. Later rescheduled and movement. This was attacking play from Defense Force. Coming on the right side, left side, sorry, that was Koriak. Just crashing that into the side netting.
Take a look at the sequence.
Ball from Gonzalez.
It looked a handball. It looked a handball, and it is a handball, and well spotted.
Short shot?
1,
no.
2, 3. And he came back and claimed it. He got some help from the crossbar.
Yeah.
But this youngster, John Pierre David, this goalkeeper, is somebody to watch.
It's definitely somebody to watch. We've been looking at him. He's been playing very well for his team, and that was just an illustration. And this is another one of how good he has been in the league so far.
Yeah, really good shot stopping from him. This is another piece of building. This is Justin Sadu from Gonzalez. Back to Gonzalez. He's going to swing this one across. Who shows up? The super sub, LaShawn Roberts.
There he goes again. There he goes. A great ball from Curtis Gonzalez. More the experienced players for Defense Force, and now seemingly coming back out. I know some of them was on CADA and stuff like that. Some things that happened in the Defense Force that we can't really talk about. And there's Kayat again, and there's the goalkeeper making a brilliant save again. So, so most I see Goddard and all these guys in midfield again. So Defense Force really building into what they normally are.
One of the more solid outfits in the league. They've had a team that has played together for a very long time. How do you feel about how their season is shaping up and how they can really make the jump into that top 3?
Well, they have some new elements to the team. LaShawn, the goal scorer, I mean, he's top super sub for a reason. Every time he comes on the park, he seems to come up with a goal for the Defense Force. And actually, they went back to some of the old guards. They went back to Gonzalez. They went back to Hashim Asir in midfield. Saru came off the bench. LaShawn came off the bench. So it seems to be working when they play the senior guys and then bring the junior guys on to add that energy later on.
The element of Sadu, the guy from Cedras, is something to look at.
Yeah.
He comes on and actually makes a difference.
Yeah.
And he's so comfortable on the ball in midfield.
He's extremely confident on the ball. I remember the first time I played him for Naparima College. When he came from, everybody thought he was a cricketer for obvious reasons. But so Sadu was really surprised, and he has really been building. He got his first cap with us when we went to Jamaica the other day. So really good for him. And once he continues in that vein, the future is very bright for that youngster.
To really focus on Canoopia, though, they held off this Defense Force team for about 74 minutes. But they had a couple of chances themselves in that match. I don't know if you got to see it.
The Canoopia has been a very enigmatic kind of team in the league. You don't know what you're really going to get from them. But the young goalkeeper has been keeping them into games because without him, it could have been about 5 with the type of saves that he made today. But yes, they did have good opportunities and they squandered them also.
But coming back to the young keeper, He made the team of the week last week, and what's your thoughts on him making it again this week?
He's going to have some competition because in our next game, you know, the double connection goalkeeper made some really good saves on the penalty mark. I think this is his third penalty he's saved. Smith, I think he's a fantastic boy.
I think he's the #1 keeper in Trinidad right now.
Smith.
Denzel Smith.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic young goalkeeper, and I think hopefully, you know, he could. We need to get him out of the country as soon as possible, so he could play at a higher level and get that type of experience. But definitely one for the future.
So, moving on to.
What we're going to do is take a break now for.
Oh, it's a break.
First segment is finished. We wanted to go on all evening, but we'll be back with the second section of First Team. Stay with us.
To what do I owe this honor?
I saw you and Ben flirting.
You've been stupid again. Ben is getting married next week.
I hear you were one of your pupils here.
God, this place is small.
Who is she?
Her name is Cindy Gesture. She's a star girl on the track team. We have been through this already, Dad. I want to do it on my own. With my own sweat, my own hands,
Number 3 on First Team, Week 4, La Hocketa Rangers versus Caledonia AIA. Team very close to some hearts in the studio, but a bit of heartbreak. This is Real Gill. All action. First post, 1-0.
I tell you something, it reminds me of a goal he scored for the under-20 when he came on the park. And it's the exact goal coming off that right side and banging it in the back of the net with his left foot. Very exciting young player. Big things to look forward to.
It was Cali with a retort. Shot on goal is saved.
A big Jabari in goal, St. Hilaire, a fantastic save from him. Good shot from the Caledonia player.
Ball is rolled across. Isaiah Lee, very sharp finish.
Yeah, Isaiah Lee is not playing centre forward as much as he used to play in the past. He seems to be playing on the flank. But with this Rangers team, they can hurt you from many different sides. As you saw, Atula Guerra with a diving header again.
Yeah, 6 and 6 for Atula Guerra, the league's top scorer.
He's a seasoned campaigner. Once he just hovers around that 18-yard line, and you know,
they're making the best of whatever opportunities come. This would be another one. Daniel David, 34th minute.
Nice young player. Nice young player, Daniel David. He was with Trendsetter Hawks coming up as a youth. One of the Dada's continuously doing good work with those kids on them, and Daniel is definitely one in that assembly line.
4-0.
Full half.
Yeah, 4-0 after the first half, and here's number 5. That is Tyrone Charles just sauntering in.
And Captain Tyrone Charles, the skill of the man, Tyrone Charles, a very good player.
Like he went to the supermarket.
Probably the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better on the angle, but they can't take anything from Tyrone creating the opportunity for himself.
More from the Rangers. This one would go in, but would be eventually waved off. Despite the
anger from the Cali keeper, it wasn't necessary.
Is that harm in the stands?
Keep quiet. Keep quiet. We are building.
Tough night for Cali. This is an opportunity falling to Ross Russell Jr. Just scuttled away, and it would end up 5-0. Terminex La Hocketa Rangers.
Said with too much enthusiasm.
Caledonia AIA, Moa Caledonia AIA. Team of record here.
I take in my lecture. I take in my lecture. Right? But that's my team. You understand? All the time. And that's how long.
But that's the firepower of Rangers, because
Rangers,
they had 5 different goal scorers in the match. So you could see they score from all different angles, they score from all different positions, and they score different types of goals. I mean, sorry, Ham, but that goal scoring could have been at least 8 easily.
Easily, yeah.
Because Rangers was so potent in that particular match.
Cali was all over the place. You know, they get some sharp goals.
I think a lot of the teams, you'll see what is happening. I know Jerry Moore personally. He's a fantastic coach. A lot of time for him, a lot of respect for Jerry, but he's definitely rebuilding the Caledonia brand, rebuilding the team, and he sees a lot of young players there. I know that they had a lot of problems in securing the services of a goalkeeper. I know that was a big problem for them throughout, and they're still trying to do something. The window will open on the 20th, and hopefully they could get a goalkeeper in by that time.
I'll take a short job as a manager for 2 weeks. Go on Chief Denzel from down south.
I think Rennie John Williams and they would have something to say about that. Yeah.
But even in a rebuild, right? Even a regular team, watching Real Gil come down that wing has to be a terrifying prospect, you think?
It is, because he can go both sides. You know, he's a right footer, but he hits the ball with his left foot with the same pace, with the same sort of trajectory. So he can go both sides, and that is what is so dangerous about him. So he has defenders on balance, and you have the experience around him of a Tula Guerra, a Tyrone Charles, young Daniel David in midfield. You know, it's a really good group, and as you know, Rangers is one of the teams that never stop training. You know, they have facilities and they have funding behind them, so they could have done a little bit more than what the other teams could do, and you're seeing that why it's showing itself on the pitch.
Now, let's talk about Guerra one more time before we switch gears. 6-6. All right, they only played 6 games. He scored in all 6. All right, the guys behind him, that is Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Keyshawn St. Rose and
Karen Ball Pest.
Coming. They be behind him with 5.
5. It's
with
not
8 games.
With 8 games.
You know, we had to say something for the big man.
Well, yeah, it's almost like it's Haaland. When you have that sort of material around you, people like Gil, Tyrone Charles, he has a lot of, he's scoring the goals, so we credit to him, but he has a lot of service on that team from midfield, from the flanks. Ross Russell Jr., he goes up the line like a winger all day. He puts the ball in the
non-stop.
box. So you just have to be a Johnny on the spot, and Atula has been Johnny on the spot, and he's benefiting from that. But credit to him for 6-6 is good anywhere you play.
Yeah, good anywhere. And let's just take a break from that Lahokata and go on to the next team in focus, Central FC. And a team with, their own stars. We spoke about Keyshawn St. Rose, more from him a little later in this highlights package. They were against the Police FC and not showing the Police any mercy
or respect.
There's a chance there for Police, not showing what they can do just yet. More from Central. Good work here from, looks to be Mr. Corbin.
Yep.
Gets his way inside and really should have been a goal.
Is that Nick?
I mean, fantastic work on the left side from Kadeem Corbin to create the opportunity. And I mean, they should have been up 1 at the half at least. Central FC.
More chances.
Yeah, the Police just unable to capitalize on the let-offs in the first half, being made to pay. Going to be a ball straight through to Corbin.
And this time Corbin takes matters into his own hands. He said, I'm not going to give you, I'm going to take it for myself. And a very good finish from Kadeem Corbin. One of the players definitely to watch and continue to watch in the league.
DIY indeed from Corbin. This is Police getting very close, but no cigar for them.
I think it was Corbin on the touchline, saving it from the corner.
Line,
Everywhere, all at once. Kadeem Corbin.
Talk about all I want. Look at this.
And then all at once, this shot.
Oh, my word.
Beauty.
Oh, my word.
69 minutes.
We just was talking about him. He's all over the park. And there he goes again.
How about the celebration?
I think he's waving us off.
It's an attempt from Police.
Yeah, that's Nanton. That's a very good left foot. We had him in camp over December, but he just needs to work a little bit more. Nanton.
Yeah, very tidy stuff from him usually, but this was the one that tucked them away Keyshawn St. Rose,
Yeah.
easy as you
Yeah.
like, 83 minutes.
Yeah. Keyshawn, I think he played with Central last season, and I think he's having a much better season this year. He came from St. Augustine, where he was a prolific goal scorer for St. Augustine Senior Comprehensive, and you've seen that transition made by the young man from the colleges league into the professional league ranks.
But police was in the game, you know. They were in the game for long periods. You know, I saw Perry popping up now and again with a couple headers, you know, off target, just not enough power. But they're doing the right things, but just the last, you know, that last
I
finish
think
in the
police is
final third.
suffering from strikers also. You know, Jamal Clarence, he's injured, and I think Perry. He's a little bit older now, and I don't know if he can play every game, every single match day. And I think they're a little bit thin up front, and it definitely, as you said, Coach Hood probably missing a centre forward who could score some goals for him.
No, it's just so for Police FC though, they do have a good midfield. What do you think is, other than strikers, what do you think is missing from them? Do they, you know, need to sharpen up a bit?
I think it's so defensively they're also very young. They have the left back, I don't know why I forget the kid name right now, and then young Pascal, who went with us with the national in the 20s, and then Edwards is playing right wing back. So the defense is very young. They do have an experienced goalkeeper in Fonset, who is also the captain of the team, but he could only do so much. The police and a lot of teams, this is a recurring anthem for the night. A lot of teams are in transition, and you're going to see a lot of teams, you know, they go up and they go down. And if you remember, the guys haven't played football for a couple of years. I mean, real competitive football like this. So it will, I think in the second part of the season, when the season stops and starts back, I think we're going to see some better and more tighter games and stuff like that.
Speaking about tight, let's look at this week's results. Things are getting really tight at the top. But if you look at the screens, you can see ACPOS winning. Of course, we had Rangers winning, Central FC, Defence Force winning, but W Connection pulling off a good win against Point Fortin Civic. It's very worth their time. 29th minute, Joash Beard. Nicholas Dillon just scraping it by for Tiger Tanks Club Sandu, who played Prisons FC, a team that, you know, has shown some improvement, but, you know, you see some dancing here in the
You
studio.
hear Club Sando, people dancing in the studio. All these Club Sando, when people dancing in the studio. Caddy lost, everybody laughing in the studio. You see, I can understand this. Yeah? Right. But let's, Angus, sorry to cut you off there, but you have some info from the W Connection game.
Yeah.
It's not just on paper.
Yeah.
It's saying, well, look, 1-0, but
well, you know, there was I saw the stats for the game, and it was 13 shots by Civic. They hit the post. They got 2 penalties. Denzel Smith saved both penalties. They had several other chances. W Connection registered 1 shot, 1 goal. And that was the end of that. You know, unfortunately, I know Dexter really well. Dexter Cyrus is a really good guy, good coach also. I think they're just going through a really bad time. But he has a very good group of players up there, and eventually, hopefully, they will get it right before the end of the season.
And Club Sando keeping pace, literally. They're right there behind AC Port of Spain.
Yeah. Really happy for Cornell Glen, Eddie Dean, everybody up there. You know, that's my home. I'm really happy for everybody. I think when Cornell got the job, a lot of eyebrows were raised, but he is definitely showing that he is capable of doing the job, and he can fight up with the big boys.
Now let's take a look at the standings. Speaking of fighting up with the big boys, at the very top, ACPOS continues to reign. Club Sando is second, 17 points. Terminex Locator Rangers, Central FC, and Defence Force remain in their positions. Biggest mover this week is W Connection, up 3 points to 6, up 3 places to 6, sorry. Police FC moves 1 down. Caledonia moves 1 down. Point Fortin Civic moves 1 down. Canoopia FC, Samoa Jablete stay level, as does the Prison Service, with 4 points at the very bottom of the table. Any comments about the shape
I think,
of this table?
you know, Prisons, I've seen them play. You know, it's unfortunate they're on the bottom because they play some really good football. Jablonec, well, you know, we expect them to be a little bit up and down because of the age of the team and stuff like that. Canopia not being consistent enough. And right now, Pontfortin Civic just not performing as what we think because they have some really good players, really good coach. They're one of the few teams who actually have a home pitch that is theirs. So, you know, W Connection, we must say, they also have, I think, the second youngest team in the league. And so for them to be about mid-table, they really, they're doing well. Defense Force, as we know, resurgent, coming back up. I think the biggest surprise for me is the Club Sando group team, simply because new coach, a lot of young players, you know, Jabari Forbes, and all these young kids who played, Cooper, who went with us with the under-20s, so Nathaniel James, who was up there also, you know.
All right. Well, with that said, we're going to take a break, and when we come back with the last section of First Team.
As the sun sets over the scenic skyline of the waterfront, dress to impress and accompany your loved one to the Mother's Day event of a lifetime. Premium drinks, local, regional, and international cuisine. On the main stage, two of the most prolific performing artists of all time, Brian McKnight and Maxi Priest.
Just a little bit longer, baby. But my love keeps growing stronger.
With their full band, dance the night away to all their favorite hits. Remember, this is not a seated show. Get your tickets now, only at ticketgateway.com and islandetickets.com, or call our hotline at 474-LIVE. Remember, the venue has limited capacity, so get your tickets early. This will be a fully sold-out event. Saturday, 13th May. Get ready for the official all-inclusive Mother's Day concert for 2023. Live for us.
Matchday 9 is tomorrow, Wednesday, 19th April. Canopia FC versus Tiger Tanks, Club Sando, Central FC versus Defense Force, Caledonia AIA versus Police FC, Prison Service versus W Connection, Tower Jabalete versus Rangers, Pontfortin Civic versus AC Port of Spain. Your pick, very quickly, Angus.
Tiger Tanks, Canopia should be an interesting game, but I like Central Defense Force. Central Defense Force.
Central Defense Force looking like a game.
Yeah.
And with that, we have a national team outside, the women's under-20, competing in the CONCACAF Championship.
Congratulations to Danielle Maskell, coach, and the young ladies so far. 2 out of 2. They have a decider game against Puerto Rico. You know, wishing them all the best.
Well, coming back to the match day 9, Jovan, we didn't hear your pick. Don't try that. Don't try that.
I watching the I like this Club Sando Canopia match. Because I feel like last week Canopia weren't too bad. But I think they have a good opportunity against Sando, who's at the top, but still a bit, you know, young in the game.
Gents, I just want to mention one thing. Today we buried a stalwart in football, ECM Motong. A lot of players, myself included, a lot of national legends like Ron Laffery, Samuel Llewellyn, a lot of these guys would have passed through ECM Motong, and I just want to pay homage to his family for all the good work that he has done in football.
Football people. Well, with that said, that's it for First Team for night. Any final comments, Jovan?
No, I just really think that if people still not watching this league, they need to, you know, tune in and find out where it's showing.
I can't understand people with, them are entertaining, their match isn't good. They're not watching?
It's the kind of goals we saw tonight, especially from Kadim Corbin. We saw Tula Guerrero's flying header through the air, Rashford coming in off the right and hitting back post, you know. Some fantastic goals we saw.
And I don't know, they have to stop just sitting down and talking. Go to a game and see it. If you go to a game and you see it and it's not good, the league will take
But we need to support our own first before charity begins at home.
You're going to really see?
I raise the stakes. If it go to a game and it's not good, we ain't gonna pay for your ticket.
You get them a refund.
All right, people. On that note, that's it for First Team tonight. We see you next week with more of the TTPFL.
This is TTT. Live for local.